Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. How are you beautiful people doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's go make it public real quickly. Hope everyone's doing well. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. It's public. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. And you're from the 767 YT Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica, aka Point Michel, the village of La Pointe, St. Luke's Parish. You call me Luca Boy. Good evening. How are you people doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me get everything set up here. Hope everyone's doing well. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We're starting on time today. Do I have some ginger ale here? Yeah, man. I'm having a week. It's one of those weeks where it's happening. It's happening. I hope everyone's doing well. As people are starting to come in, I can go and play my theme song. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The topic tonight is, are you good? Are you good? I hope you're good. When you say good, you're like, what does that mean? We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's play our theme song. As we boom. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Family, come as you are with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? Send me a word, much more than you put in.
Good evening.
Now I don't need no superstar, 'cause I'll accept you as you are.
Y'all like the gray?
You won't be denied, 'cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich that way to be on my show. You don't have to have a million family to be on my show.
Boom. That's my theme song. But guess what, folks? Guess what? I love that theme song sung by my sister. But I'm in transition here to change it, man. To change it. You know, I might just play 2 theme songs every night, every Tuesday, because I'm really excited. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to all those who are tuning in. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some Michael. What's up, man? Some people call me Luca Boy. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And even from the 767 YT Kubuli, aka Point Michel, aka La Pointe, St. Luke's Parish, you call me Luca Boy. Good to see you guys tonight. I have a great show planned for you tonight. I just want to know, are you good? We're going to talk about a program that we have coming up on Monday. It's a Zoom, and we're going to talk about some concepts, man. And I think a lot of you people need to start getting into it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you know what? Last week I introduced a theme song, another theme song that I inspired and kind of wrote. People think it's me singing, but do I look like I can sing? Huh? Do I look like I can sing? Well, I'm going to play it tonight again, see if you guys like it. Some of you have listened to it already. Some of you like it. Some of you says, oh, it sounds good. But it talks about my journey. For those of you who will be watching the show, obviously, you know I'm from Dominica, a.k.a. La Dominique. But one of the good things is that I feel like it's important for you guys to know that, you know, Dominica made me, Boston raised me, and the South sustains me. So tonight, again, I'm going to play that song for you guys so you guys can hear it and tell me what you think, and then we'll start with what we got to do. I'm going to play it again so you guys can hear it. I just want to know what you think about my theme song. It's called Roots of My Rise. Roots of My Rise, inspired by yours truly. Too bad I can't sing because I'd be singing it. But give me your thoughts. Put it in the chat. Good evening, Mr. Alvin Vasa, Robin, Martin, good evening, and everybody else who's watching, man. I'm having a very, very crazy week. So bear with me as I go through this hour of Tuesdays with Terrence. But here is that new theme song that I want you guys to feel and tell me what are your thoughts. Here we go in the chat. I feel like playing my guitar. Yes. Woo!
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City like shining dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way.
Woo!
A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
I'm ready for the fray. What do you think about the song, guys?
On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. Ow! A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Woo! What do you think, folks? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sandra Bardui, how you say?
Warm embrace, a community, love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finds, I learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high.
Woo!
The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me.
So here's to the roots that shape me, man. Shape me who I am.
So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
What do y'all think about my new theme song, man? It talks about my journey. It tells you where I'm from. It tells you where I grew up, and it tells you where I am now. And it just basically tells a story of, growing up in Boston, those snowy streets to the winter shoveling snow, from the Boston Commons to the Brown, from the Boston Commons to the triple deckers. If you're from Boston, you know what a triple decker is. But it's one of those things. Robin says, love the song. Sansi said, good night, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Are you good mentally? Are you good? What you got going on? Now, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a social worker. None of that stuff. But how are you doing? All right, all right. Elizabeth Bardui says she loves the song. My cousin in Brooklyn loves it. Yes, 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 yes. Folks, I'm going to play the song one more time before I start. But just before I start, let's take a look at markets. Real quickly, if you guys have been following markets with the foolishness that's been going on in this country, the Dow Jones was down 269.67 points, but the NASDAQ was up 301.74. So if you own a portfolio of tech stocks, the alphabet companies and all those things, your portfolio went up. I have a friend whose 401k is predominantly in that, and they went up substantially yesterday, and today they're going to go up again. I think by tomorrow they'll be happy when they see their. I remember they were over 237, and then they dropped down to 180 after that foolishness with tariffs. Apparently, tariffs ain't working, and China didn't give a hoot. I think everybody watching my show tonight probably have something in their house made in China. But I'm glad that the president is being wise enough and listening to his advisors and to cut that foolishness. Even though they postponed it for 90 days, China ain't no punk. Neither the United States is no punk either. But we gotta start strong, man. We gotta do the right thing. We gotta do the right thing. So just before I start my show, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. How are you doing mentally, man? How's everything going for you? Man, I got a lot going on, a lot. And if I seem a little aloof to some of you guys, just know I got a lot going on. Spiritually, I'm good. Psychologically, I'm good. At home, I'm good. But I got a lot of stuff going on in my mind right now, a lot of stuff. And remember, you have to be able to have a balance. You got to know when to have a balance. I'm rocking the gray today so I can look distinguished. What do you guys think? Do I look grown? Do I look like a man? Or do I look like a boy? I didn't put my watch on so I can look a little more debonair. Do I look like a boy or do I look like a man? Do I? But anyways, as I start my show, folks, I'm going to play my theme song again. I want to say welcome to all those who are watching, wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching on Instagram, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, whether you're watching on YouTube, wherever you are. Actually, the people who are watching on YouTube, I'm actually going to put it on my WhatsApp so that some people can take a look at it. Because there's some people don't like going on Facebook. I don't know why. I love Facebook, man. I love Facebook. Maybe because I'm so old. I know the difference between anything, but I love Facebook. Let's see. We go right here. I click on share. I click on copy link, and I go to WhatsApp, and I just put it in my story. Let's see, so that everybody can participate and watch. Though there are some who like watching me, and there are some who hold on. There are some who don't like watching me, and I'm gonna make it. I'll make it blue for them, so they can see and they can follow with us tonight. I'm gonna say we are live. We're live. I got a great call today. I'm not going to tell you who the person is watching. It's a great call. We go back and forth on social media about sports. And actually talking to this individual, actually that individual impressed me. And the reason why they impressed me is because they were willing to be vulnerable, a little vulnerable. And I respect men or women, but especially men who are vulnerable in order to get to where they want to be. There's a lot of people, especially a lot of men, we have a lot of pride and ego. Most of my clients are women. My clients are predominantly women, young, old, black, white, Hispanic, you name it, I got them. You know, but a lot of I don't have as many men clients, and I think men sometimes get into a point where they get a little, their egos get in the way, and like you can't really tell men don't like to be told what to do, but a woman who's way wiser than us knows that sometimes they don't know what they don't know. So just before I start my show, folks, this is officially going to be my new theme song, and I'm going to play it again as we start. Um, a licensed financial pro. That's my rise. The name of the song just says roots of my rise. Raised me, the South sustains me. I'm gonna play my the show. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Let me play it again.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Yo, man, that song basically tells you my story. For those of you who don't know, if you're watching for the first time, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. For those of you who've watched before, my name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. If you're from Dominica, you say Mr. Badwill. And if you're from Point Michel, aka La Pointe, St. Luke's Parish, you call me Luke Boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. How are you people doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. I hope your week is going fine. Gosh, man, the month is running by. And sometimes, we we fail to do wellness checks on people. We fail to do that. You're like, what do you mean, man? This is a financial show. What you talking about wellness checks? You see, when you see people smiling and like the Jamaicans say, skinning their teeth like a Cheshire cat, it doesn't mean everything is fine. People are holding, people sometimes are holding by a thread, you know. Sometimes people go through whether it might be personal, financial, psychological, spiritual warfare. And sometimes people need to take a respite or take a break, or you need a balance. Too many times, as I get older, I'm learning to don't let everything get to you. Sometimes um, I I just ignore people sometimes. Now, if it's business, I'm not ignoring you at all, but sometimes I ignore people because what happens is that my mental health is more important than anything. If I have that, I'm always complaining, who's always crying, always this. Some people don't, and they're breaking inside. So this month, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Make sure that you take care of your mental health. Whether it's your job, take your breaks, when you have breaks, take lunches. I have someone watching right now, I won't call their name, who work crazy hours, man. Sometimes they're working like 6 days a week, long hours, long hours, and sometimes I'm concerned about them, but they got to do what they got to do. People got to do what they got to do. So all I'm saying to you is that when you see people, be nice to everyone, because you never know what people are going through. Sometimes, it's one of those things. I hope Mr. Stewart is watching. He just liked Tuesdays with Terrence. Actually, I should have him come and do a little cameo, but I didn't put that in. But anyways, folks, it's really important that you understand, are you good? I'm going to talk about good from three different perspectives. The first good I'm going to talk about, the most important good, is the spiritual good. Are you good spiritually? Every day when you get up, do you do a little devotion? What's your form of devotion? Some people is listening to gospel music. Some people is reading the Bible. Some people is reading the Psalms. Some people read the 23rd Psalm, Psalms 91. Some people meditate. Some people go for a walk, or some people go for a run. Some people go to the gym, making sure they're getting their physical right. But the spiritual is very important. If you have the spiritual going, good to see you, Mr. Stewart. Stay on there for a minute, because I want you to say something in the chat there, because tonight my show is dedicated to the good program that we are doing on Monday. But on the spiritual side, make sure that you're doing well spiritually. All right, make sure you're doing well spiritually, because if you do that, everything else will fall in place. Now, what I mean by that is, it doesn't mean everything is going to work perfectly, but the most important part of your day is the spiritual. So in the mornings when you get up, do some kind of devotion. If you don't like to read the Bible, nowadays on your phone, it'll read it for you. Or listen to a sermon, listen to some gospel music. You can't get up in the morning and doing foolishness, right? Now, after that, you might want to go for a walk. Some people go to the gym. Some people go for a walk in the park or in their neighborhood, whatever it may be. After you got your spiritual, you got to get your physical right. You got to do that. You got to get your physical right. You got to exercise. You got to eat right. You got to walk. Some people jog. Some people go lift weights, man. I always wanted to have a sexy body, but I'm lifting weights to say for me, I'm lazy, man. But I do walk. I do walk. I don't walk as much as I should. And I usually do the health is wealth walks, when I'm out there, instructing people to stay healthy, because, mentally you need to be healthy, but physically as well. But the third one, and the most important one, is financial. Are you good? In a second, I'm going to put up a brochure. Let me put it up right now. So let me see if I can put it up real quickly. Share my screen. Let's see. Share screen. Share my screen. I want to go, let's see, where's my email? Email. I want to share that. And right here. I hope you guys can see this. Let me try, see if you can see it. Can you guys see this? Yes, you can. Um, what this is on Monday, the 19th of May, we have a get out of debt workshop. You know, it's at 7 p.m. It's not going to be long. It's usually about 45 minutes, where we're going to show you how to get out of debt. Now, you might say, what do you mean? Well, in America, the average American have debt. You have mortgages, credit cards, student loans, car loans, equity line of credits, personal loans, all kind of loans. We all got debt, right? I know I got debt. We all got debt. But the key is there, is the debt ruining your life? So because are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubts? And secondly, what if we can show you how to get out of debt in under 10 years without spending any additional money that you're spending right now? Is that something you want to do? From this brochure today, I've registered 3 people. One of them is watching the show tonight. 4, I've registered, well, 3 people, and the 4th one, I just sent it to someone. And I'm hoping she'll be watching. I sent her my live. It's a young lady that I mentored back about 36 years ago. And she found me on Facebook. We were in the same Boston Celtics group. She was in middle school. I was a banker, a young banker at Bank of America back in the day, and she reached out to me in a messenger, and I want to connect with her. But I want everybody who's my Facebook, if you're my Facebook friend, and some of you are watching, go to my page. This brochure is there. You can register yourself, or my number is scrolling at the bottom. Send me your email address, and we'll register you for Monday. You can't miss this. You can't miss this. Our host is the president of American Classic Agency, Mr. Anthony Stewart. He's one of the nicest men I've met. The consummate professional. I've never seen him mad. I may have seen him frustrated, but I've never seen him mad. And he's always cool, and he's an excellent motivator and mentor for us. And then Mr. Tony Brown, our Chief Marketing Officer at American Classic Agency, is going to teach you about our good program, talk about retirement planning and financial security. So, folks, there's a Bentley link on there. You can scan the QR code or whatever, register yourself. It won't be for long. It won't take long, guys. And I expect each and every one of you guys to be, and I don't care how much money you're making or not making. I don't care. The important thing is, are you good? A lot of us pretend we are good and we're not good. And we just need to learn different concepts. We need to figure out how to become our own bank and figure out what the wealthy doing or what they've done and how we ourselves can do it too. So this is on my page. It's in my story, I believe, on Facebook. I posted it on Facebook, so you guys can actually go on there, register yourself. For those of you, you can see my information, or you can go to Messenger. Send me your email on Messenger, and I'll register you for Monday. I've already registered 3 people, and I want to register 133 people. All right. So for those of you who are watching, and I don't care where you are in your financial journey, register and watch it. I don't care where you are. Register and watch it. This is a very, very, very powerful presentation, and I can't wait for us to go over this with you. So Mr. Tony Brown will be our presenter, and Mr. Anthony Stewart, the president of American Classic Agency, will be our host. So I usually don't beg, but I'm going to plead with you guys to make sure that you guys get on this Zoom webinar. It won't be for long, you know, max 38 to 45 minutes, boom, and it's done. So I'm looking forward to see you guys on there because too many people are not understanding how debt is a financial cancer. And when you have, and don't get me wrong, there's good debt. People say, well, there's bad debt, there's good debt. True. If you own a mortgage, yeah, it's good debt. You have a place to live, you have a car. But sometimes we create unnecessary debt, unnecessary debt. And when we do that, I think it's important that we learn to eliminate it while paying ourselves. And we're going to teach you guys that, and one of the funny things is I've always said, if your financial empire or structure is not solid with the right foundation, when a financial storm comes, it'll crumble. And a lot of the people who watch my, but they have jobs, they have a guaranteed salary they get every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, and a lot of you need to change your mindset in how you look at wealth creation or how you generate wealth. A lot of you, I notice, I watch it all the time on social media. A lot of you like to travel. I see you guys go on vacation. You go to the Caribbean, the Virgin Islands. You all go to Europe, Dubai, Hawaii, Alaska. You guys going everywhere. Florida, the Dominican Republic, Dominica. Like they would say, Dominica, tout place, everywhere you guys are going. So, but wouldn't it be great if you had a plan in place and you can fund that every year, right? By using borrowing from yourself to go on your vacations, or even pay for your vacations with your credit cards, and then when you come back, you borrow from yourself, you pay off your credit card, you get your points, and then you pay yourself back. A lot of people do not do that. A lot of us don't pay ourselves, man. A lot of us don't do it, and it's a shame. And I'm not saying I'm ashamed of you. It's a shame we don't do it because a lot of us don't want to do it. We're paying everybody: the bill man, the gas man, the car man, the mortgage man, the this man, the loan man, the that. But we're not paying ourselves. And I believe that if you learn these concepts, guys, you'll be able to change how you do it, how you access wealth. And I believe everyone can do it. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, I want to give you two quick stories. Today, as you guys know, my Celtics lost last night. I was crying and everything. And to make matters worse, Jason Tatum, he had the ruptured Achilles tendon. I hear that's a very serious injury. Even though with modern medicine, he might be out for a year or so. But guess what? Like I told someone today who's watching, I won't call their name. The fat lady ain't sung yet. She might have said la 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 la. But you know what? I'm sticking with my Celtics. I think tomorrow night, Jaylen Brown's going to come and represent Marcella's watching. Marcella, I won't tell you who it is. That person is watching. They always give you make on Facebook about our Celtics. But you know what? The fat lady may be singing la 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 la, getting her voice warmed up, but she ain't sung yet. So tomorrow night, I see White. I see Drew Holiday. I see Brown. I see Porzingis. I see Al. I see Pritchard. They're going to come out because they got to represent their boy. We're not going down that way. All right. But this individual, reached out to me and they said, after the season is over, we talk. And I'm like, nah, I give him a call. I'm like, no, because when it comes to what I do, I take it very seriously, folks. Sometimes we have hindrances. Marcella Since I know who, you know who. The person is they're watching on a different platform because I stream on Facebook, I stream on X, which is the former I used to call it Twitter. I stream on LinkedIn, I stream on Instagram, and I stream on YouTube as well. So people can watch me on a plethora of platforms. Um, but it's one of those things. Um, uh, oh, Felicia, how you doing? All right, all right, all right. Hope you're doing well. An individual, we were talking, and he had mentioned some things to me, and I said, you know what? Before you do anything, let's have a conversation. One of the first things I want him to do is, for those of you who come in late, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. On Monday, the 19th of May, we're having a good webinar, a get out of debt webinar, and it's on my page. I just posted up a little while ago. It's on my page. And maybe I should leave it up there while I'm talking for those who come in later. Maybe I should do that because you guys can actually see me while I'm talking. I'll put it back up again. Let's put it up. Let's see, share screen. Let's share our screen. Let's go to my email and share. Right here, a free Get Out of Debt workshop, Monday, May 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, presented by Mr. Tony Brown, the Chief Marketing Officer of American Classic Agency, and hosted by Mr. Anthony Stewart, our CEO, President and CEO of American Classic Agency. Man, this is going to be very powerful. Some of you have heard about it, but I think sometimes you have to hear something more than once so you can really sink in. You have to hear it more than once for it to really sink in. And it's really, really important. But moving right along, I had mentioned there was a young lady who reached out to me on Messenger back in March, and I never saw it. Like I said, I was a mentor for her. We had a mentoring program when I was a young banker about 36 years ago at Bank of America in Boston. And, she was in middle school at the time. And she saw me on a Boston Celtic group. I may have made a comment or whatever. And she reached out to me. And I posted it on my page as well, And that brings me great joy to see that I was instrumental in a young lady's journey back then, because I did it because I love kids and talking to them about changing their future. Now, I asked her what she does now today. She says she's a district manager for 7-Eleven. So that's awesome. I'm so proud of her. Next time I'm up there, we got to connect, and chill, share a meal, and just talk for a little bit. But for all of you who are watching tonight, make sure that you register for this Get Out of Debt. If you live in the continental United States, and some of you have maybe I see Lady K watching in Canada on Instagram, but some of you have family members in the United States, who have debt. And it's funny, right? I look at, I was telling this person today that, the strategies that wealth creators and the wealthy use. I mean, you may not be a billionaire or millionaire or thousandaire, but you can be a dollaraire. You can be something. So if we start, it doesn't matter where we are in life. The younger you are, the better it is to start planning, right? And especially those of you who have a job, you get that guaranteed income every month, every 2 weeks, every week. You have to pay yourself. But what happens is that I've seen so many situations where life happens, and then things happen, and then people need to folks GoFundMe's and bake sales and fish fries and chicken fries because something happened to someone is passe, especially in our communities. That's passe. We can't be doing that anymore. We have to plan. Proper planning prevents poverty. Proper planning prevents poverty. Today, I was telling someone that They say we might hit a recession, but the recession, this is a yard sale for the prepared. And sometimes when you know strategies that you can use to leverage wealth, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you use strategies that it may be new to you, but learn? Someone told me, this young man said to me, financial literacy is very important to him. And I was very impressed because it's not very important to everybody. Just like people think, oh man, well you sell life insurance. Of course, I'm a licensed life insurance, but use life insurance to create wealth. And you can do that. You can do that, but you don't know the concepts. If you get sick and you can't work, you need living benefits. But besides that, folks, there's a plethora of things you can use it for. And learning the proper concepts, what the wealthy does. For example, all of you, I did a show one time and I asked you what bank you bank with, and I gave you the how much billions of dollars that your bank have in cash value life insurance. Why? Because they know it's an asset that they can access tax free. And you can do it too. You don't have to be a bank. You don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to be a billionaire or millionaire. Excuse me. You don't have to be that wealthy to do it. The average Joe can do it. And sometimes we don't realize that. And some of you have young children. Start them early. Teach them the concepts. Teach them the concepts. I heard something, a white guy talking about this, and he said this, and it's true. He said, if every time a young black boy was murdered, right, insurance companies had to pay $1 million or $2 million, there'll be a greater lobby for gun violence or gun. Now we know it's the Second Amendment to bear arms, right? We know that. Fine, but when nobody cares, what happens is people have to come to the communities, their churches, their friends and family. I think it's selfish and wicked not to plan. I think it is. I think it's selfish and wicked not to plan. And why wouldn't you want to plan? Why wouldn't you want to plan? I think most people don't want to plan because they're like, well, I'm gone. Folks, people of color, people who look like me, stop thinking that way. Our Caucasian counterparts don't think that way. You know what long-term planning is for them? 2 generations down the road, not their kids, their grandkids. Even in our communities, when some of you own homes and stuff, when you die, if your kids have their own home, they're just going to sell it. They're not going to keep property and wealth and land. Sometimes they just sell it for pennies on the dollar. And it happens. Someone told me that, it happens. So my point here is that as you become more confident as an adult, you need to prepare and plan on the financial part. Folks, I hate to see when life happens, and don't get me wrong, we all need help sometimes. I was scrolling on TikTok today and said this lady was asking everybody to cash out her $20. And she has like about 20,000 followers. So I ain't smart like you guys, but let me do some basic math. All right. Let's do some basic math. If all of her 20,000 followers, right? 20,000, cash out her $20. That's $400,000. 20,000 times 20. That's $400,000. The information that I share is free. I don't charge for it. People told me I should be charging. But I feel like it's my responsibility to educate about financial literacy, pontificate by teaching, eradicate the bad habits that we have, you know, uh, whether it's we need to budget, whether we need to plan better, whatever it may be, we need to do better. You see, I'm watching basketball, right? Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, they have over $300 million contracts. Those people are set for life, and their kids and their kids' kids for generations to come. But the average guy or the average gal who watch these games and go to these games, you know, don't even want to plan. They don't even want to plan because I what I do, if you notice, I never really solicit family and friends on social media. I talk about it all the time and I say you guys should do something. And so yeah, I'm not in your DMs telling you, hey, you need to do this, or texting you if I have your number all the time. You need to do that. But I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. But folks, sometimes they say if you have a story to tell, you say it, you say it again, and you say it again. And that's what I've been doing. I'm going to my 6th year of Tuesdays with Terrence. You know, I've been licensed, gosh, over 2 decades. You know, I've been in financial services almost 40 years since 1985. It's 40 years. Wow. You know, but guess what? Guess what, folks? We still make mistakes. We still have issues. We still have bad habits. I do. Maybe I should be like that girl, over 3,000 Facebook followers, right? So let's see. So get 3,000. Everybody send me $50. You know, 3,000 times $50 or $20. That's 150,000. No, that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to tell you, folks, let's make it better for your family. Make it better for you. And some people feel like, well, he's benefiting. How am I benefiting? Yeah, I'm going to get paid, but you're not paying me. I'm just making sure that your family, I've seen tragedies happen in family and non-family. And, you know, if you have a legacy, whether it's a spouse or a child, something should be left. And when you get into the mentality of, you know what, I ain't even nothing for nobody. Nobody left nothing for me. Man, that's the wrong attitude to have. Let it start with you. Change your mindset. You can even structure it where they get a little bit at a time. They don't get all of it at one time. There's options like that. And some of you have substantial assets. You may own homes, property, different things. And if you do, you may have to create a trust, you know, so that you can pass property, you know, without. Do you know if you bought a house 30 years ago and then you died, it's paid for, the house has appreciated, you know, you bought it for 150 grand, now it's worth 600 grand. You know, or even in Boston back in the day, people were buying houses for chicken feed. Now they're worth like $1 million. Guess what? And you did not set it up the right way. You got to pay capital gains taxes, you know, on your demise. Some of you have 401ks, man, and you've left your jobs. Protect that. 403Bs, TSPs, thrift savings plans, 401ks, you know. Don't continue to do the same thing over and over and over when you get advice. I know some people in Canada who used to watch this show, and they made changes in what they would do up there. I couldn't help them, but they were watching and they're like, you know what? I have, you know, a son, you know, something happens to me. I want to make sure that, you know, such and such happens. So it doesn't matter where you live, Um, Financial literacy is not just for people in the U.S. And there is something I saw um, this week, and this is what I saw. We have to stop. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes down the pike and wants something from us, you gotta stop. You gotta start thinking about you. Secure your bag. Secure your legacy. Have something in place, man. Something is better than nothing. Something. What is something? I don't know. But if you have nothing in place, you're not doing good. And you don't have enough in place, you're not doing good. Some of you always tell me, oh, I got stuff on my job. Some people always want to tell me about that. What you got on the job you don't own. People get downsized, furloughed, fired, quit, retired. But when you create your own bank, it's your stuff. You use it how you want to. You can self-finance certain things. I have some clients, man, one in Texas and a couple in Virginia and one in Jersey and one in Florida. How many is that? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Those 5 clients, if I have 3 clients like that a month, those people, they've listened to me. They've put stuff in place. I'm so proud of them. It doesn't mean I'm not proud of those who didn't do anything, because some people have done stuff, they just don't tell me. And some people, I would feel bad that you've watched my show all these years and you wanted to do something and you didn't reach out to me. I don't care how minimal it is or how huge it is. It's really, really important, folks. So for those of you who are watching tonight, get your phones out. The QR code is there. Get your phones out, click on it, and register yourself to get on that presentation on Monday from 7 to about 7:38 or 7:45. It won't be that long on Wednesday night. Even though the Celtics game is on, the game won't be done. But on a serious note, folks, make sure that you're good. And good stands for get out of debt. We can show you how to get out of debt in under 10 years, even if you just bought a house without spending any additional money that you're spending right now. We can show that to you. We have the tools, we have the ability, and we want to teach you guys how to be a better steward of what God has entrusted you with. And some of us, sometimes we make mistakes. I still make mistakes. However, folks, it's paramount. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Are you good mentally, psychologically, spiritually? Whatever. If something is wrong with you, you have someone to talk to. A family member, a friend, a spouse, a pastor, a teacher. But if it's more serious than that, talk to a licensed person. I saw a t-shirt the other day, a pastor, and he said, I have Jesus and a therapist. If you think you're going crazy, when I say crazy, I don't mean cuckoo, but you can't handle everything that's happening in your life. You may need a pause. You may need you may need coping mechanisms. I don't know how to give that to you. I'm on the financial side. I'm not on that side. But this month, I also saw something too. Let me see. I screenshotted it. It said, let me see if I still have it here. It says that May is May is National Small Business Month. Do you own a small business? Do you own a travel business, a hair business, making dinners? I don't know, cutting grass, taxes. You do counting. You do whatever your small business is. I don't even know. You do resumes. May is is National Small Business Month. So there you can put something aside in your business name for your benefit as well. I saw a video the other day of Trump, right? Some of you like him, some of you don't like him. But he said this. This is the most profound thing he ever said, I think. He said they will never change the tax laws because the wealthy benefits from it. And he says, learn it. See, wealthy people, I think they said Warren Buffett pays less taxes than his secretary or his assistant. Why? Because wealthy people, they control everything and they own nothing. Excuse me. They control everything. That's why it's kind of hard, to sue wealthy people because they don't own nothing. You can't sue a trust. So for those of you who are making six figures, I saw an ad today. It says they talked about 8 cities in the US, 8 cities where you have to make at least 6 figures in order for you to rent the place because cost of living is so high. You see, too many people right now, they're worrying about tariffs, not about tariffs, prices of eggs and gas and this and that and whatever. It doesn't matter if things are up or down. You need to dollar cost average into your retirement. In other words, you put the same amount every month, and when you get a raise, you increase it. So when times are down, you put in the same thing. When times are up, you put in the same thing. When times are level, you put in the same thing. But do it, folks. Put something in place. And I can help you. And you need to secure your foundation with insurance. If you haven't secured, I'm talking about insurance that you personally own. Insurance that you personally own. If you don't do that, folks, you're taking unnecessary risk. So my question tonight to you is, are you good? Good stands for getting out of debt. Get out of debt. I can show you how to get out of debt. I can show you how to maximize your retirement savings. I can show you how to, if you're in your 40s and 50s, I can still show you how to save towards your retirement. If you're in your 20s and 30s, you can be a millionaire by the time you retire. You can do it in your 40s and 50s too, but you got to do a lot more. But if you're younger, you can structure it so that you have more time, because time is of the essence. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. You from Point Michel, aka La Pointe, aka St. Luke's, from the Commonwealth of Dominica, Whitey Kubuli, tall is a body. La Dominique. You can call me Luca Boy. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. The South sustains me. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence, folks. Make sure you get on the good program. Page and register on that link, that bit.ly link that's there. Register on it. You need to do it. And as we close for tonight, the roots of my rise says, Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the height of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I be. Boston raised with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this style, I found my way. I am just, folks, a licensed financial pro. I'm here for you. Reach out to me. May you make it a good night. May God bless you. Any questions you have, DM me, call me, messenger me. Let me know. WhatsApp me, Twitter me, X me, LinkedIn me, YouTube me, something me. All right? So as we close,
Time. Connected to virus alert.
I pray that you have a good night. And tomorrow night, go Celtics. Good night, Marcella, and everybody else that's watching tonight. All the Celtics fans, the Boston Celtics. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Tuesdays with Terrence. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. The South sustains me.
That's where it all began.
Bye-bye.
Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be.
Good night.
Boston raised me.
Go
with
Celtics.
hustle and
Yes.
grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way.
God bless you.
A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. Every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found a licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Good night, everybody. God bless you. Hasta la vista.
Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finding, learn to chase grace. Dominate.
Good night. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. Yeah, good night, Sandy. Love you, Sandy.
Every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
The song inspired and written by me, a licensed financial pro. Good night, everybody. God bless you. It says that my roots of my rise, Dominica to Boston to the South. Hasta la vista, babies. God bless you. And register for that Get Out of Debt seminar. It'll be revolutionary for you and your family. And trust me, you'll be thanking me. I'm out. Peace. Later. Out. Peace. 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 So I'm going. I'm out. Hasta la vista, folks.